Savor them while you can, football fans. Just 2 weeks left in our regular season as we get underway in Week 17. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by someone that we'll get a look at here, this second-year passer.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago. You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
2nd and 10 now. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. They go to punt on 4th down, and out heads Tommy Townsend. And he'll punt it away to end a disappointing opening drive. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. And we'll get a look at the guy calling the shots, their 5th-year quarterback.
And he's more than happy to get the win last week, but there's still something probably nagging at him. He only needed one more good completion to have one of those really rare 500-yard games in the NFL. I'm sure it'll be tough for him to match that performance this week, or maybe any week. But it has him coming in hot, confident, and believing in what he can do.
They'll run it here with Bijan Robinson. And he's stopped after a nice gain up past the 25. Now after that play, we have somebody banged up down there. Injuries never a welcome sight so close to the end of the season. They're out to attend to him. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 27. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down. And he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17. 1st and 10 from the 41. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's tackled for a short gain.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
First carry here for the rookie out of Penn State. And he's brought down after a short gain. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
So now here's 3rd and 5. They're throwing it. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. The Golden Eagles getting their punter out there. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. The Chargers and their running back about to get back to work. And he's been putting together what should finish as a true standout campaign. Right now, top 5 across the league in rushing. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. All right, here we go. 2nd down. Now looking to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses... He's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing now from the gun. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there. So it'll be Tommy Townsend once again to punt this away. Oh, stiff arm. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. So a change of possession here on the punt. And they'll get ready to go on offense. 1st down now. Ball at the 39-yard line. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it sets up 1st down.
He easily had the yardage for a 1st, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a 1st down pickup.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. On 1st down, they'll run. He still has room inside the 30. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Changing things up. They're going to throw now. That one's incomplete in the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short?
Defense doubled him, knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. A bit surprising. Quarterback still threw in that direction with how well that defense had that play covered.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Now, you'd sure love to see a little more yardage when you get into the open field, but this offense, it will take a new set of downs with that toss run.
Right back to him on 1st and goal. Is in. Touchdown! The Golden Eagles take a 6-0 lead in the 1st quarter. That one right down the middle. And the Golden Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now after the touchdown, they'll kick it back and see what the opposition can do. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, Well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Finds the in route complete. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA 1st down. A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he gets taken down immediately right at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. Motioning the tight end now. Another carry for him. Past midfield to the 45. And he has this all the way down to the 17-yard line. They're going to move the chains after a big play, 39 yards.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Goal to go. It's a pass play. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
Kate, little good news, bad news, right? Bad news, you take a sack. Good news is you do actually have a few more plays in your playbook. Everybody always says, well, you got more room to operate. No, what you have are now more options with that offense. Now you got to avoid taking a sack and get that ball out of your hand.
We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They're hoping to convert here on 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. He's dropping back to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers start to fight back with their 1st points of this game. That one splits the uprights. And the Chargers tie this game 7-7. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He stopped on the return at the 27. Well, we see the medical staff headed out there now. We're going to get a timeout as they handle an injured player. Not what you want to see so close to the end of the season. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Airing it out to start this drive. And oh, he missed over the middle there. Lucky that one didn't end up worse. That swatted away, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Here's a throw. Hauled in left side. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing from the gun. Left side, backs there, caught! He makes it in for the touchdown! The Golden Eagles take a second quarter lead. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one right down the middle. And the Golden Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
It's caught. This is Lad McConkey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Here's a give up the middle. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3. From the 29. Dumped off to his running back. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Blown back, it's the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. And the Golden Eagles will take over as he records his first interception.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
The Golden Eagles and running back Bijan Robinson getting set to begin another drive. And the NFL rushing title within his grasp as we enter the penultimate week. He sits atop the league in yards. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Another carry for Robinson. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tuipulotu in for the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
We're to the 2-minute warning from Mexico. The Golden Eagles working here. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll try and throw it here. He lofts one deep, center of the field. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. 3rd down coming up.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it, but no connection to be made.
He's looking deep once again. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. They'll send out the punting unit. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. He has it at the 33. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's scored as a 51-yard punt. And the Chargers take possession. The Chargers offense getting set to take over. Their last series sure was looking like points up until that interception, Brock. Hopefully they can move the ball similarly well as they take over here. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Finds him over the middle. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that first. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And now we'll get a pause here. Trainers headed out to take a look at an injured player. Let's hope it isn't anything that's going to keep him from finishing this season strong. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the 1st.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
The Chargers lined up in punt formation. Tommy Townsend will kick it away. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And no chance at a return. He wisely angled it. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. He'll throw it. On target to Worthy. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. So that brings us to halftime. We'll catch up with the rest of the league later on. We're right through halftime and on to the start of the third quarter. The Chargers kicking team is out, and they'll put a charge into this one. Starting from the 5. The Golden Eagles and this running back headed back out for a new series. And you can see he's done his part on offense this season, sitting second right now in the league in rushing touchdowns. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Running back, motioning right. They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Looking right, and he finds him. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. He's going to throw this one. That's completed right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. You want to be an all-pro? You stick someone like that.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. They send the tight end in motion. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking for a throw here. Catch is made in close. And in for the touchdown. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he showed some burst on that return, getting them all the way to their own 40. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. Their work really cut out for him now, partner, to follow up that touchdown and get things back to a 1-score game. And he'll get it up to the 44. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
They give it to him again. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Receiver in motion, headed right. They go play action on first. And a man is there to knock that away.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception, just forcing an incomplete pass. As soon as he realized the pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
First down from the red zone. This throw is cut. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers start the second half with some needed points. Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Chargers chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Chargers 14.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Golden Eagles ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And as we see some of the highlights from their showing, his work a big part of why they're in front right now. Having a nice, solid game as their offensive leader. I think we can say he's had a firm grip on the wheel and has really driven them to this advantage. Hauled in by Worthy. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on the play, and it'll give him a first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Another Mexico City first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Staying with Robinson. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. Pass play coming here. Gets it to him on the screen. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Junior Colson bringing an end to that play.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility, get outside the pocket, and find that open man.
And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And they're going to have a first down.
Kate, I know you could see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. A give left side. Here's Robinson. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Here's Robinson up the middle, and he's brought down for a loss.
3rd and inches, and you hate to see that run go backwards. I just take myself back to a huddle, and you know you're imploring your guys, listen, just give us a little bit of a push and we will move the sticks instead. Well, the defense is energized with that stop. It doesn't take a math major, Kate, to realize how important that field goal was. It's now a 2-score game really late and puts them in the driver's seat to go and finish this thing with the win.
He puts one through the uprights, and now he'll send it towards the other end zone. Kickoff taken at the 3. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out comes the offense now for the Chargers. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Connects on the crosser. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle. Second down now, 7 to go. From midfield now. Short pass brought in. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Putting the body on the line for his team. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Offense set for a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. That's a pickup of 17 yards, partner, and it makes it 1st and goal.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll throw it on 1st and goal. Oh, that's a tough one. Couldn't bring in the touchdown clean. It falls incomplete. It's going to be 2nd down. They'll try and punch it in. And he's in for the touchdown. The Chargers make it a 4-point game here in the 4th. And he connects there, so now another kick from him, a field goal. We tie this game in the 4th. Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded at the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The home team's headed back. got first down from the 31. They'll throw to begin this drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Caught, nice gain left side. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 27 on the play, and it'll give him a first down. A handoff for Robinson, running right. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Running left is Robinson. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in Mexico City. Golden Eagles holding on to a field goal lead. Third and 6 for them to figure out now. Back to throw it. Wow, still throwing, and this is intercepted. And the Chargers have some new life in the 4th.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down, but even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw it. The back's got it. And he gets back to the line, but no more. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Throwing now. Looking touchdown, but can't connect.
Hey, Mr. Quarterback down there, that's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage was waiting for it. QB super fortunate that ball wasn't picked. And incompletion, still pretty good for the defense, too.
Looking good, and it's through. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
It's such a confidence builder to a sideline, to an entire team, Kate, when you can rely and trust your kicker in these big moments. He tied it up, and now it's incumbent upon his defense to do their job.
Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The home team send Xavier Worthy back in possession here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here he is to throw. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
It moves to second and 10.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Setting up to pass. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining. Clean breakup on that throw. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, ball skills are not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw it. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Well, Brock, 4 quarters, couldn't decide a winner, and now we're set up for an... All right, so in overtime, Brock, we could see 1 possession or we could see 3+. If the team who gets it first scores, the game ends then and there. A field goal or less, and we play on, and their opponents get a chance to respond. And if we're still tied after those first 2 possessions, this soccer chick likes this. It's golden goal football, Brock. The next score would win. And hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. And this is a good representation right here of what the playoffs will look like come the postseason in 2 weeks. Still a few things to finalize, though, which makes this week and those divisional games next week incredibly important. They're out and set, 1st and 10. There's a handoff up the gut. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody. And maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Another carry for him. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. That's 5, it looks like, on the play. So now it's going to be 3rd and 8. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Option give here. And he's brought down by a collective effort there. Only 1 yard on the carry.
One thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Back to the well again. Pushing for the red zone. And he's going to get it down to the 18-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it brings up an LA first down.
First down, Chargers.
A give now from the gun. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And they make the stop, but a lot closer to the end zone now. He got it to the 11. It's an 8-yard gain, and things looking a whole lot better now. 3rd and 3 upcoming.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the first down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. They'll throw it. The throw is caught. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Pass play on 1st and goal. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Already a little work left to do by taking that sack, but you still got 2, maybe even 3 shots to go get it. Touchdown to check down, touchdown to check down. Very much in play on the next couple snaps.
Gotta forget about 1st down in a hurry. They need a chunk of yards here on 2nd and goal. They give it to him up the middle. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. It's a 7-yard pickup, but still a ways away for 3rd and goal.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Now to throw. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
It's good. The kick sails through. And the pressure now applied to that opposing sideline.
The important part, they've got the lead here in overtime after the short field goal. But with how close they got, the touchdown was in play. And you gotta hope that you can get the stop here and not live to regret that series stalling out.
Starting from the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Their offense ready to take the field now. Their defense held at least a little, Brock, but the pressure is still on. They need a field goal to keep this game going or a touchdown to end it.
And I can promise you right now, lie detector test in that huddle, every single one of those guys have asked says, I want a touchdown. I'm not even thinking of a field goal. That should be your mindset to go finish this game right now.
Now he gets a shot here in overtime. Escapes the pocket. Defense is too much here. The Chargers drag him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
This guy, Kate, he can create. He really is good out there. He's skilled when it comes to getting outside the pocket, which makes it all the more impressive. They contained him so well when he was clearly looking to generate something with his legs.
After the sack, another pass on 2nd down. And the game is over thanks to that interception. And the Chargers